Welcome to Notion and Productivity with Productivity HQ. In today's video, we're diving into the latest Notion updates released on June 11th. Notion has introduced some exciting new features and improvements that are set to enhance your productivity and streamline your workflow. Whether you're a Notion newbie or a seasoned pro, there's something in this update for you. So starting out, Notion has created a new Notion home, and within this Notion home, we kind of have a personal landing page that has all your recent documents. You can see your calendar, your task, and any database of upcoming projects or assignments that you have saved previously. Jump right in and show you guys how this actually looks in Notion, but we're actually going to use the Notion release page from their site as a guide for this video, just so we can break down each update and show you guys what it looks like in real time. And home is located over here on the left hand side. At the top, you have your recently visited, which is really beneficial when you're working on so many different things, or if you want to go back and look at something that you've worked on previously before, you can go ahead and jump right in. You can honestly use this as your starting point every single time you go into Notion. Right under that is your calendar. And the neat thing about this, Notion has now integrated your Notion calendar into your home. So if you wanted to add a new event in or anything like that, you press add new event and it'll take you right over to Notion calendar, and you can go ahead and start adding your events in. And say, for example, right now, yes, it is 5:50 in the morning actually, and we're recording this video, so we'll just add in Notion tutorial, or rather Notion updates, and we'll go right back over to Notion and it'll populate there for you. So right under that, you have an area where you can add any database, and for me personally, I've added in my YouTube videos because it's something that I'm actively working on and I wanted to be able to see it at a moment's notice. So I have this database integrated right into here, and if you wanted to add in a new database, you can just go ahead and press add view, and you select whatever database that you have in your actual Notion template, and you can add anyone that you want. But for me personally, like I said, I have my YouTube videos in here, so we'll just go ahead and delete these, and we'll go right back to my Notion branches, just showing the breakdown of my different videos that I have coming up soon or anything like that. Right under this, something neat that Notion has added is a learn section. So typically, if you're curious about anything that Notion has added new or things that Notion has added in the past, you maybe have to look up a YouTube video or quickly Google it. Notion has now integrated that also into their homepage. So if you wanted to know something really quickly, they have a few articles here or anything for you to open up directly and get started, and it also tells you how long it would take you to read it. So let's just click on one of these, and it'll have everything in here just like as a blog kind of format, and you can learn whatever you may need to learn if you're curious about anything or if you're struggling with anything, and Notion has it here for you. The last part at the bottom is the featured templates. Usually we go over here to the side to start new templates or create new pages or anything like that. They've added that into your home page, and they also have ones that you may need to use or you may be interested in. They have a to-do list, a journal, simple budget, everything like that. Another neat thing about the Notion home, once you're done with these pages, say for example if you didn't want them on your home page and you'd rather your home page to be more short and concise and only have your information in here, you do have the option to hide it from your home. The next thing after the organized home, we have seeing your day at a glance. So I just showed you how on the Notion calendar you can see your day at a glance, and the neat thing about that is, comes to seeing your day at a glance, it has these additional settings here. So say for example you wanted your whole week to be seen or anything like that, just today and tomorrow seen, you could have that in here. All day events, it has settings on the side and not just one little date showing or anything like that. And you also can change the calendar that's actually seen, and you have the option to mirror your calendar app. Say for example you want to mirror exactly what's done on your phone or any other device, you can have that mirrored, or you can also have it mirrored from also the actual database that's in Notion. On to the next update, we have a tidier sidebar, which I find pretty neat because I know a lot of times you can have so many pages, whether if you sell Notion templates or you have a team or you just in your personal life or school life, you can have so many different pages that are all over the place, and now they give you more settings to be able to sort out those pages. So for me, I have only one actual template in here, and that's my Tamia's Cameo for my personal life and my business. And now you have the option to actually sort it from last edited, how many you want to show, And you also have the move section. You can move it up and down from here also if you wanted to. And then even from your favorites, if you wanted to, you could have your favorites actually be under your private or shared pages. The next update that they've added is actually a floating table of contents, which I find pretty interesting because a lot of times your pages can run really long, and it'll make it a lot easier to find things that you may need to find while you're working. And let me show you exactly what that looks like on my homepage. So on my homepage, you can see here that they have these little ticks on the side of the page on this right hand side. And once you hover actually over it, you'll see that each heading that you have on your page, see navigation, month overview, or whatever is your heading, that'll be what's in your floating table of contents. Say for example, if I want to jump down to my Sunday, I could easily click that and it'll take me all the way down to Sunday, and it also highlights the area so you can easily find what area that you've clicked. And if you find yourself too far down on your pages or anything like that, you don't even have to scroll back up. You can just click the topmost page and it'll take you right back to the top even without scrolling. After the table of contents, we have a nicer preview for URLs. So you know, a lot of times URLs can be pretty long, just like it's shown here, and now they've given an easier way to paste links. I'm going to show you guys that in my personal page. Okay, so I have this glycolic acid toner as a link, and the link is pretty long, so I'm going to paste it here. So the new thing, which you can see, which actually is labeled new, you can paste it as a mention. And once you paste it as a mention, it populates like this. And even when you hover over it, it gives that kind of preview of what this actual item is or what you've actually pasted. So I feel like that's pretty neat if you have a lot of pages that you save, a lot of websites and different things like that. Say if you're making a list, a shopping list or anything, it's easier to see what you've actually saved instead of seeing this long URL. After the shortened URLs, we're going to jump right back into Notion calendar, and they've added in a focus time. So as you can see, once I've added in focus time, it literally says at the bottom, events changed. For focus time, it'll show up in a special way. You also have the option to auto decline meetings. You also have the option to actually pin pages now, and you can also sort your database views by the select, status, multi-select, person, and relation. So let's go check these two last things. So as you can see, I already have a page pinned here and also this page here, which I feel like is pretty cool because I know that this is something that usually browsers use. And you can just pin your page by right clicking it, and you can pin and unpin your page. So if you have some pages that you frequent a lot, you can easily go and pin them to the top so you're not going through all your different pages and different databases to look for any information that you need readily available. It's basically a kind of specs update where basically if you have certain groups grouped by the status, relation, or anything like that, they load faster. And honestly, I've seen it work pretty well as of lately when I've been doing any of my YouTube video planning. I see that it's been pretty responsive when I've updated anything in here, and even just separating everything's loading pretty fast, as you can see. And last but not least, you have that anyone viewing a locked database can now use the advanced filters to find what they're looking for. And I'll actually show you guys what this looks like in my templates that I actually sell. So for my pages, I created a creative suite that's designed for graphic designers or just people with businesses that have clientele that they need to house a lot of information and really break down their business and help them design it fully. So emphasis on the creative suite. So right here, this is actually locked. But what's new now, you can actually change certain settings in here now that you wouldn't have been able to change before because the database was locked. So say for example, if someone purchased this template, if I was sharing this template with someone and I wanted them to have a certain view, they could go in to change it to help them better understand it or anything like that. They won't necessarily be able to actually adjust anything because it's still locked. But for the view options and everything like that, they are readily available. That's all for the Notion updates for the month of June. Let me know in the comments if you guys have enjoyed this video or if you're going to utilize any of these new features that Notion has added. I know I will, and I know I have. So make sure you guys subscribe and like the video. Thank you guys for watching.